All right, here's a quick shop update. There was an online auction last week. Ended on Thursday, I believe, and Friday I went and picked up my winnings. This is the only thing I bid on. That's going to be a big upgrade from the one that I let the smoke out of the motor on. We'll walk over here around the 185, and there's a little Dayton that it's replacing. I've got a lot of extra blades for that saw. If somebody had a motor, I'd make them a really good deal on that saw. Anyway, this thing is big enough to saw my, we'll just walk over here. Snap coupler blade extension project into. I'm gonna have to figure out how hard that thing is, because I don't want to smoke a good blade right off the bat. So that's the update on the saw situation. It's on wheels, it runs on 20 amp 220. I already had a plug over there for the air compressor. So we roll it over here, and I've got an extension cord too, so I don't know how we could cut outdoors if we wanted to. The other thing, that's a beaming screw for an Allis-Chalmers plow that I got in some parts. I think I've talked about this already a little bit, but I've had it all apart. That's free. This is free. The screw's free. Yeah, I don't know. I just like screwing around, having something like that set up that I can work on a little bit as a diversion when maybe something in here is not going the way it should. Like the D15. And it's not a big deal, but I'm trying to get the coolant out of it, and it doesn't have a block drain, and the drain on the radiator is not low enough, so when I put straight water in it, I got diluted coolant out of it. And I know that it's still got probably at least a gallon of coolant in the block. I'm thinking maybe a vacuum will be the way to empty that. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. I guess that's probably the shop update for now. Mike is bringing the radiator out of that 45 that the fan blade clobbered yesterday, and we're going to look at that after he gets here. Thanks for watching. All right, here's a little more. This video today is not going to be terribly exciting, but it is what it is. Mike brought that radiator up out of his 45. You get a good look at some of the carnage. I've worked on that some. Some of the fins had to sacrifice their lives. That little dot of solder stuck. I tried there. I'm not having good luck with the solder, folks. I'm gonna try some different flux. While Mike was here, he was checking out my 185. I wish I had taken a before. And he looks at the brake lock lever, which used to lay right here, flat. And he says, "Why's your brake lock lever like that?" I said, "I don't know, it's always been like that." "Well, how do you engage it?" I said, "I don't know, it's a pain in the ass." "Well, it's supposed to be straight up." "Really?" So, after I got tired of fighting the solder on the radiator, I brought the torch over here, and that's a whole lot handier, folks, than it was. The corn planter is basically ready to go. It's wet and muddy around here, so I put that new closing wheel on. Had a bad bearing in that, and you get a complete assembly nowadays, but Looks like she's in pretty good shape. Yeah, I'll probably shoot some chain lube on these chains. I usually do, and I really don't know if that's even the right thing to do, because they just load up with dirt and dust, and might be better off to just run them dry. That's about all I've got left to look at, other than making sure the monitor works. There's not too much else in here. I made a few cuts with the saw. I'm trying to get it to cut perfectly square, and I'm not there yet, and I think I'm confused. So sometimes you need to just walk away and clear your mind and come back another day with fresh thoughts. But I will get it. It's adjustable. I will get it to where it cuts perfectly square, and that makes building things much easier. So yeah, not a real exciting video for today, but yeah, and there's that stupid engine stand. I really need to get those wheels welded on there. Anyway, if you're still here, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.